We are unique.
Do you want to show me the whale penises?
Yes. And this is something that you're not going to see anywhere else.
It's a bit much, no?
Come check us out.
Hi, I'm Dylan, you're watching Not Exactly Normal, and today I'm quite literally surrounded by penises. I'm at the Phallological Museum in Iceland, the world's only museum dedicated entirely to penises. Sorry, phalluses. But, you know. And I wanted to learn a bit more about its history, so I met up with its curator to have a little penis chat.
My name is Þórður Ólafur Þórðarson, and I am the curator and COO of the Icelandic Phallological Museum, situated in downtown Reykjavik.
This is the second time I've come to the Penis Museum, and it's a grower. In 2020, they moved to this new location, which is over 3 times larger than the museum's previous one. And what made you want to work at the Phallological Museum in the first place?
Well, it's not the kind of job you apply for. I married into it.
You married into the Penis Museum?
Yes, my wife is the founder's granddaughter.
YouTube would not let me include a lot of the things that I wanted to include in this video, so if you want to watch a uncensored and extended cut of this episode, it's available on my Patreon right now. Just head to patreon.com/DylanDeBow to watch. There are around 280 penises on display at the museum, as well as many casts of real people's penises, and one real human penis. It's pretty horrific. And is this one over here the human specimen?
That is our 95-year-old Icelandic bachelor.
That is frightening looking.
Yes, yeah. At about 75 years of age, you can expect that your penis will gradually start to deteriorate. Even you're going to lose some length, girth, stuff like that.
The largest penis on display belonged to a sperm whale and measures around 1.7 meters tall, which is just slightly shorter than I am. I'll let you think about that.
Probably fun to put things kind of into perspective. This is like a fairly young narwhal, but this is the entire penis. This is like the outer penis. This is the inner penis. Usually like the penis stays inside the body, but here when a retractor muscle relaxes, the penis leaks out of a genital slit, and this is the part which would leak out, and this is the only part it would ever use.
So most of their penis actually sits inside of their bodies and only is released when, you know, they're ready to do the deed. Otherwise, swimming with whales would be incredibly uncomfortable. Here we have a full-sized adult sperm whale, and yeah, like this is only the outer penis. So this is the only part of the penis you would see which is exposed. About at least 2/3 or even 3/4 would be still inside the body. Wow, that is phenomenally large. The largest penis of all belongs to the blue whale, and it's right above me. It's not quite as large and girthy as the sperm whale, but the blue whale that they have on display was only around 17 months old, and so its penis hadn't grown to its full size. So why are these ones preserved differently than the ones in the formaldehyde? Initially, our founder tried taxidermy with the larger whales, but he found that Icelandic taxidermists had limited experience with working with penises, and they deteriorate fairly quick. Sometimes you lost a little bit of weight and girth, or length and girth, which isn't great when it comes to penises. And at least one specimen was ruined. So to be on the safe side and, you know, just to get a longer lasting life on them, after that, formaldehyde was the way to go. And I also just learned, while they might have the largest penis, they don't have the largest testicles. But this is not the testicle museum, even though there's a fair amount of testicles here. It's a bit graphic. Their testicles only weigh a mere 150 kilos each, and they can ejaculate gallons at a time. The more you know. Right whales, which have gone extinct in Icelandic waters, have the largest testicles of any mammal, weighing 2,200 kilos each. That's 4,400 kilograms of testicle on one whale. That's some big balls. While the blue whale may have the largest penis of any animal, the animal with the largest penis to body size ratio belongs to the sea barnacle.
their penis is roughly 8 times the overall length of their body. If that applied to humans, our penises would be the length of a humpback whale. The smallest penis in the museum, I'll pause to let you write in your jokes, belonged to a golden hamster, and it was just 2 millimeters long.
I find it kind of funny that our smallest specimen happens to be from the animal with the proportionately largest testicles of any animal on Earth. About 5% of their body mass is just their testicles.
Wow. Dolphins, seen here, have prehensile penises, meaning that they can move them around and grope and grab things. They need these prehensile penises to navigate the labyrinth-like reproductive tract that the females have, which they need to ward off males who they don't want to mate with.
Walking into this interview, I was totally expecting someone who was very serious about the importance of collecting and displaying various phalluses. But Thorder was very much in on the joke, and his perspective on the museum was not at all what I was expecting.
We tried to, well, at least have the veneer of being like a serious and scientific museum. But I mean, it's still tongue-in-cheek. I guess we go to a certain line, but you know, it was a vision of our founder. He never wanted the museum to be something pornographic. But our approach is mainly like comparative anatomy and zoology.
Even when I asked him why he thinks the museum is important, this is what he said.
Well, I don't know if we really are, but our founder always said that someone had to do it, and he didn't like collecting stamps, so yeah.
Like penises.
Yeah.
It was an interesting mix of, yes, this is science, but also this is funny, or at least this is novelty. And that mix was there from the start when the museum was founded back in the 70s.
Well, it kind of began as a joke. Our founder back in the day often spoke about how people in Iceland used to utilize everything from an animal which was slaughtered. His friends found that funny, and some of them had summer jobs at whaling stations, and they started giving him the thing that wasn't used at these places after the animals felled, the penises. And rather than getting offended, he decided, you know, why not just own them? Why not collect the entire Icelandic mammal fauna? There aren't that many mammal species in Iceland. He called coastal farmers and asked, like, if a whale beaches on your land, can I claim its penis? The living room became increasingly crowded with amputated phalluses, and eventually his wife said, you can't keep the penises at the house anymore. He began collecting in 73 or 74, and the museum opened in 97.
So she had penises in her living room for like 20 years before she said enough is enough?
Well, initially it was a gradually growing collection.
But it isn't all preserved animal penises. The museum is also home to a large collection of phallic art from different cultures and artists.
Yeah, there was a design shop owner in Canada, in Montreal. He contacted us and like, I have this, people are accusing me of being an Illuminati or something, and I just wanted to be with you guys. People will appreciate it.
One of my favorite pieces are these so-called dicks in a jar. Look at this one, a little cactus, he's so cute. Or this cockroach painting, it's a lot of fun. Or these candles, which are apparently based on real people's penises. Things you'd never want to burn. This drawing of Charlie Brown with a huge old dong is sure to get me demonetized, so I'm going to blur it out. Behind me is a sculpture by a Canadian artist of a penis mixed with a kraken. They called it the Cocken. Very original. One of my favorite items on display are these stinkhorn mushroom sculptures, which naturally resemble penises. In fact, they look even more penisy in real life. Take a look. And then there's the human section of the museum, which features casts of famous people's penises, including this room, which is dedicated to various rock stars' penises, including Jimi Hendrix.
The reason why we felt that this one was, we had to make this one is like with the passing of the late Cynthia Plastercaster, just prior to passing, she decided to donate one of her Jimi Hendrix casts to the museum. About a year after that, her estate gave us like 12 more casts of lesser known rock stars. That is, a cast of Jimi Hendrix.
My favorite, though, belongs to Wayne Kramer of MC5. Apparently they didn't finish the cast properly, and as a result, his penis is about an inch long. Oh my God, that is the worst shape for a penis I've ever seen. Oh my God.
It's a process, and I think, often these were done when out drinking, and understandably sometimes, when drinking with some rock stars, they may not be at their best.
And then there's these casts of the 2008 silver medal winning Icelandic handball team. Apparently they're not real casts of their penises and were just inspired by the team. But the real prize for the museum was getting its first human specimen. And it's right here.
That is our 95-year-old Icelandic bachelor who claimed to have bedded almost 300 women. He was our first would-be donator. I believe that he was about 75 when he signed the donation papers, but it took quite a bit of time for him to pass. He was a 95-year-old. Leading up to that, it wasn't apparent that he would be our final member. There was an American gentleman who was quite keen on being our first human specimen. This is the American gentleman who wanted to be our first. He even made a comic book about his phallus.
Oh my God.
That gentleman even expressed the interest of donating prior to passing.
While he's still alive.
We haven't heard from him in a while. It was kind of like he lost interest after it became apparent that he wouldn't be our final member. At the time, he seemed to be very interested, but he lost out to the local bachelor.
Late in 2024, the museum unveiled one of its newest acquisitions, a cast of supposedly the largest penis in the world. It was donated by a man named Matt Barr, who has the penis that's about the size of my forearm. But after you've stood next to a 1.7 meter long sperm whale penis, this doesn't have quite the impact that I thought it would.
It was a urinary measurement official one done in England about a year and a half ago, and this English gentleman apparently has the longest penis ever measured in a urinary measurement, and he contacted us and decided to donate a cast of himself.
I mean, it's big. It's just not taller than me.
He's also writing a book, and where he gives an account of the difficulties of having this penis. Yeah. We get hundreds of proposals each year for pseudo donations, but we actually require all actual donors now to send us a cast of themselves, their choice if it's erect or not. And we found that we've been better able to authenticate actual donators, and we have about 20 people that will sign donation papers.
Is that something, would you donate yours upon passing?
Probably not.
Me neither, Thorder. Me neither. But hey, you may feel otherwise.
We have an unmatched collection of whale penises and in fact penises, and it's an ever-growing one. Being the only one in the world, when people have a penis on hand, which they want to get rid of, we are the one that you contact.
If you're ever in Iceland, I highly recommend coming to the Icelandic Phallological Museum. It is by far the most interesting and weirdest museum that I've ever been to twice. So what should I check out next? Please let me know in the comments, and if you like this sort of thing, please consider subscribing for new episodes of Not Exactly Normal around once a month. Also, I do have a Patreon you can check out, so if you'd like to support me making these bigger episodes where I go abroad and learn about something interesting, in this case, giant sperm whale penises, please do check it out. Your support on Patreon means I can continue working on this channel full time. Thank you so much for spending your time with me.